What's up everybody, Batjack JW coming to you. I got a cool little firearm for you today. It's a Phoenix Arms Model Raven 25 Auto. This one here is nickel plated with the synthetic ivory grips, and let's take a look at it. It's a heel release. Make sure we got nothing in the chamber. Really cool little gun. This is actually the Phoenix Arms is the predecessor to Raven Arms, which was originally owned by George Jennings, I believe, and unfortunately I think they had a fire or something in '91, so this came out. He sold his design to Phoenix Arms there, so that's what you got here. Really cool. The sights are kind of fixed, so they are fixed. This one here has not been fired from the owner. It's pretty much brand new, aside from being test fired at the factory, I'm sure. But no, this one's on loan for the channel. I get that a lot. How many guns do you own? But this one's on loan. I figured I'd do a little video on it and show it to you. It's kind of neat. It's old school for sure. And look at that. I don't have the biggest hands in the world, and it fits right there in your hand. Here's a neat thing that you can see. Here I got two magazines, and this one here, if it shows up there, come on, focus. Phoenix Arms Raven model. Okay, 6 rounds, 25. And here's the blued magazine. It's seen better days, and you can see there. Hopefully, you can see it. Raven Arms. So there's your two differences. The MP25. I believe that's what they used to call them. So pretty much the same thing. Now the ammo, before we get into the gun a little bit, let's take a look at the ammo. I got one of the rounds here, a little baggie of rounds. There it is, 25 ACP. I don't even think you can see the head stamp on there. Probably not. But yep. I'll give you a little close up here. We'll zoom in on the bullets. There's your 25 auto, and compared to a 32 ACP, 9mm, 40 Smith & Wesson, and why not my favorite, the 45. Quite a jump, isn't it? Especially if you just look at just in comparison the 25 auto to the 9mm. They still managed to get that small primer in there. But you know, back in the day, this was it. There really wasn't. It was the kind of the choice was to have a 25. And here's a 380. I'll bring out the 380 round. I guess it would go kind of like that, huh? Yeah, so you get to see the full lineup. 25, 32, 380, 9mm, 40, and 45. Kind of cool. A little display there. Alright, so let's move back on out with the gun. Get these bullets out of here. Okay. The gun is, again, this is a nickel plated, and it's in really good shape. Normally nickeling tends to blister up, flake off, and do some weird stuff. If you've seen the other video we did, we did a video on a Colt's official police, which actually wound up blistering up and kind of doing some weird stuff with the nickeling, lifting off, unfortunately. So this is a top eject. Ejects kind of straight up through the top. You can see there's no real wall there. Ejector or extractor is right there. I have a video on that. Extractor, ejector, what? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and field strip this, show you how to do it. I got a carbon cut off from an arrow. I'm gonna use that so I don't mar anything up. It's kind of interesting the way it comes off as you push on this, and I want to be careful because this thing will take off this little plunger with the spring behind it. You see it's lifting off the frame, and I just want to hold that pressure right there. See it will take off on you, and you might have to go looking for it. Okay, and there's a spring up front. There it is, And that's how you take off the slide and field strip this thing. You can actually see right down in there. It's looking a little like what nickeling does. Sometimes it turns a little yellow. So kind of an interesting design. If you look at the business end of the gun, when you actually look at it, you're like, at first you're like, no, what? Nothing holds that barrel in? How does it maintain accuracy? Well, the barrel is fixed to the frame. The barrel's kind of that shape there. Kind of looks like the plunger or the guide rod end to a 1911. So the spring lives down in there, right in there, and there's the chamber. Put that in there, but make sure you don't want to play around with too many of the parts. Things start falling out and you don't know what happened. Okay, alright, let's put it back together. There we go. I'm going to keep that covered. I don't want that thing to take off on me. Get the little arrow back in there and seat it back down. Okay, you gotta be careful. It's kind of tricky to put back together. You get that thing, you could jet out. You might not find it. So, all right, the magazine back in there. Yep. Doesn't have the greatest trigger. Yeah. But I don't think it was meant to. Anyway, well, there you have it. A little look at it. It's kind of a cool little piece. Phoenix Arms, a 25 auto. Every time I think of one of these or see one of them, I think of Taxi Driver, where Robert De Niro had this thing mounted on a slide. It wasn't this exact one. I think what he had was like a Colt 25 auto or something. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys, and Bat Jack JW. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on another video.